fresh off of a West Coast trip, which was fruitful. 2-0 our Inter Miami Herons on that West Coast trip, and now we are back home at New Stadium. Welcome on in, folks, to your Inter Miami Radio Network. I am the voice of the Inter Miami Herons, Mike Rizzo, and we got a great one lined up tonight. It's our Inter Miami Herons hosting the New England Revolution. The Revolution heading into this game within the MLS. They're on a 4-game win streak. Our Herons are on a 8-game unbeaten streak. So two pretty hot teams within the MLS. New England is currently sitting third on that MLS table, while our Herons got the number 2 spot occupied. Inter Miami has 18 points, while New England's sitting there with 15. If New England were to win tonight, they would surpass Inter Miami on the table, but let's not put that out into the universe, because Inter Miami tonight are looking for their first win in front of the home fans here at New Bank Stadium. Inter Miami picked up 2 draws when the stadium opened. That was Austin FC and New York Red Bull. So Inter Miami trying to get that first win in front of the hometown fans. A couple of things to touch on the Inter Miami side. Lionel Messi, 7 goals. That is third on the Golden Boot race. Lionel Messi had the most goals within the MLS last year with 29. And then Talasco Segovia leading the team with assists with 5. Now, a couple of Inter Miami players not playing tonight. Matteo Silvetti is still dealing with that hamstring injury. Yannick Bright is still serving his suspension. And Talasco Segovia picked up card accumulation, so he will not be playing in the game tonight. Inter Miami's starting lineup, it's a 3-4-3, and Lionel Messi is in the starting lineup. He is coming off of the right side, playing a right wing tonight, but Inter Miami going with 3 in the back once again. The lineup from left to right, starting from the defense and working our way up top. You got Dane St. Clair between the posts tonight. He will be manning the goalkeeping duties. Mikael, Maxi Falcone, and Gonzalo Luan, those are the 3 defenders for Inter Miami. Let's get to the 4 midfielders. Noah Allen, Davi Ruiz, Rodrigo De Paul, and Facundo Mora. Noah Allen, by the way, surpassed got 119 appearances under his belt across all competitions, and he has officially passed Drake Callender as the player with the most appearances in Inter Miami history. So congratulations to Noah Allen. Herman Berterame, Luis Suarez, and Lionel Messi, those are the 3 attackers up top. So Berterame coming off the left, Messi coming off the right, and Suarez centralized as the striker. Luis is coming off of his beautiful volley goal that he had against Real Salt Lake. You heard that right here this Wednesday on your Inter Miami Radio Network. Now, as far as New England, they're going with Feingold, Kohler, Fofana, Sands. And in the midfield, Reigns, Carles, Gill, and Yusuf. And then Yao, Turgeman, and Miller up top. That is a 4-3-3 for New England. Peyton Miller is leading them in goals within the MLS with 3. And coming off of the bench tonight is Langoni. Luca Langoni, who has 6 assists within the MLS, but he'll be coming off the bench. So, folks, remember that name, Luca Langoni. You will be seeing him coming off the bench for New England at some point tonight. But once again, 2 hot teams. New England on a 4-game win streak. Inter Miami unbeaten in their last 8 within the MLS. And to take things further, Inter Miami is actually unbeaten in 10 matches, counting the CONCACAF Champions Cup. We all know how those ridiculous away goals work. So sadly, our Herons were out of the cup because of that. And then New England is actually on a 5-game unbeaten streak, counting other competitions as well. Let's take our first time out of the post-game show. This is the pregame show. We're just getting the party started, baby, at New Bank Stadium. Inter Miami and New England, ball rolling coming up next. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years, with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration, using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu. Come on out to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium for Star Wars Night on Saturday, May 9th at 6 p.m. Enjoy minor league baseball action between the Jupiter Hammerheads and the Palm Beach Cardinals in a galaxy not far, far away. Come take pictures with your favorite characters, and special Star Wars jerseys will be up for auction right after the game. It's also a Code Ninjas Kids Club Saturday. Visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your Star Wars Night tickets today.
May the Force be with you.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $909 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Picture this, a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer is always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
About to get things kicked off here on our Inter Miami Radio Network. It's the Herons versus the Revolution here in Miami at New Bank Stadium. Inter Miami trying to pick up their first win of the year at the brand spanking new stadium. Game number 3 here at New Bank Stadium. Your pregame report was brought to you by your local South Florida Audi dealer. We all know the feeling. A change of plans, an unexpected curve, and a new opportunity. Instead of overthinking it, what if you just said yes, and you could say yes with the yes life with the all-new Audi Q3, with the power and room to handle whatever pops up. Say yes to adventure, escape, and right now. The all-new Audi Q3 is made for the yes life, folks. You can learn more at AudiUSA.com. Folks, Audi, the official premium and electric car partner of IMCF. Fans are ready to go. Sold out crowd tonight at New Bank Stadium. As standing over that ball, ready to kick things off, is Dor Turgeman. Turgeman, the Israeli striker, veteran striker. And we're ready to roll. As we kick it off once again, a 3-4-3 for our Inter Miami Herons and a 4-3-3 for New England. New England is handling things out of the back. right off of the get-go. Inter Miami slapping on a press. The goalkeeper tonight, Maddie Turner, who a lot of people think could be the starter for the United States men's national team this year, as Turner was trying to find a deep through ball to Peyton Miller. Peyton Miller, the leading goal scorer for the Revolution, and this is a battle of 2 versus 3 in this Eastern Conference. New England under new gaffer, Marko Mitrovic, is off to their best start in years. They missed the playoffs last year, finishing 11th on the table. As Inter Miami now has it near side touchline, Noah Allen, ball immediately intercepted, but it rolls out of bounds. Inter Miami going to play it quick off of the throw-in. Mikael has it, and now Maxi Falcone. 1 minute played here in the first half. Inter Miami 0, New England 0. Bringing the ball up now is Rodrigo DePaul and Facundo Mora. A little 2-man 2-ball between them. DePaul coming off of his goal in Salt Lake City against Real Salt Lake, and what a wonder his goal was. An outside of the box goal, which started the party for Inter Miami, because Luis Suarez would score soon after, and that would solidify the 2-0 lead. But both teams feeling each other out. Inter Miami now has it. Gonzalo Luan, far side touchline, being centralized now to Rodrigo DePaul. DePaul lays it up to Messi. Now back to Falcone, who gets it past midfield. Now near side touchline. Here is Mikael. But Mitrovic, the gaffer for New England, called Lionel Messi the best player in history. And that they're going to have to be ready to go for whatever may happen tonight. Now, I agree with the gaffer, Marko Mitrovic, but he also explained how Inter Miami could attack you from a lot of different ways. I mean, Herman Berterame, if it's Luis Suarez coming off the bench. Now, Suarez starting tonight, but Mitrovic was waxing poetically about Lionel Messi and our Herons before the match. Inter Miami now has it far side touchline, starting to inch closer to that Revolution box. They're currently probing in Revolution territory. Maxi Falcone now has it, passes the midfield circle, and now here's Mikael. Inter Miami high up the field, defenders and all. Once again, they're playing a 3-4-3 tonight. 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 3 strikers. They did the same thing against Salt Lake, and they ended up changing to a 5-at-the-back system in the second half. So we'll keep an eye on that. DePaul still probing. He makes a cross into the back stick. Here's Noah Allen. Now Allen gets it back outside of the box to Davi Ruiz. Still probing is Inter Miami on that near side touchline, inch in the box. Cutting in is DePaul, and that is a corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. Folks, all Inter Miami corners are presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath, representing injured people and their families for over 40 years. Visit foryourrights.com. And I'm at your mercy. That was Luis Suarez, who was awarded a corner for our Herons, and now Lionel Messi is going to be taking a left foot, left side corner kick. 3 minutes gone by, 0-0, New England and Inter Miami. Messi takes it short. Now he lays it up to DePaul, same spot where DePaul hit the goal, but now he gives it back to Leo. Leo cuts in, and a nice through ball, 2-man 2-ball back to Leo, and I believe that'll be another corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath, representing injured people and their families for 40 years. Visit foryourrights.com. But another corner kick coming, and Lionel Messi will be the one taking it. But 4:14, 4:15 here in the first half. 0-0, no score, as Leo crosses it in, lays it up to DePaul outside of the box. Here's Noah Allen crossing it back stick. Mikael trying to get a header on it, and that one will roll out of bounds. Inter Miami will have a throw-in outside of New England's box on the far side touchline. Suarez immediately plays it. Now here is Gonzalo Luan and DePaul playing 2-man 2-ball. As DePaul will lay it back up to Luan. Inter Miami 10 unbeaten technically in their last 10, 8 within the league, as across into the box was looking for Noah Allen, and that one goes out of bounds, will be a throw-in. Here is Mikael, now to Davi Ruiz. Falcone. DePaul. Inter Miami trying to unlock the defense of New England. New England this year has a couple of comeback wins, and last year they didn't have any comeback wins. So I tip my cap to Mitrovic and this team, who have been able to play from behind, and they don't give up a lot of goals either. So Inter Miami, I think to begin, they're going to have to be disciplined as Messi crosses it in. He was looking for Bertarame, and now that one thwarted out of New England's box. New England immediately coming on the run, but Falcone did a good job sniffing that out. Can Inter Miami get back on it? They don't. It's New England in their own territory, inching closer to that midfield line. Now near side touchline, Brooklyn Reigns has it. Now played it back to Carles Gill, the former Aston Villa man. Carles Gill, very good player within the MLS. Here's Brooklyn Reigns. On this near side touchline is a hotbed right now for play, and now we have a foul. Should mention that our head referee tonight is Rubel Vasquez. Vasquez blows the whistle. Foul. Going to be a free kick for New England. New England takes it immediately to Gill. Gill's going to take on a few defenders. He lays it up to Yao. Now they'll recycle back to their defense. Once again, Will Sands, Mamadou Fofana, Ethan Kohler, Ely Fieldgold, Alisson Yusuf, Carles Gill, Brooklyn Reigns, and then Peyton Miller, Turjiman, and Yao, the starters for New England. Our Herons with a different lineup tonight. Obviously, I mentioned in the pregame, no Bright, no Segovia, and no Silvetti. So we got Davi Ruiz holding the midfield spot down, and Luis Suarez starting at striker. But the rest, Bertarame, Messi, Allen, DePaul, Moura, Falcone, Mikael, and Luan, household starters. And obviously Dane St. Clair in net. Now Matty Turner, the other goalkeeper on the flip side, is he going to start for Team USA? It's a big decision the United States men's national team gaffer Pochettino is going to have to figure out. That's Mauricio Pochettino. Now Inter Miami probing. Folks, both teams kind of feeling each other out. New England hasn't had the ball much. Inter Miami has been parked, and I mean parked in the in opposing territory, pitter-patting around the box. Now Maxi Falcone is going to go near side touchline to Allen. Allen right outside of the box. He'll lay it back up. 7 minutes gone by. 7 minutes 0-0 in the first half. Noah Allen now crosses it in. Opportunity. Suarez shot blocked. Can he get a rebound? And now Matty Turner lifts it up. Suarez with a nice shot on target, but Matt Turner stonewalling him. Couple of scraps for a couple of Herons, but ultimately Turner able to pick that one up. First opportunity of the game for Inter Miami in the 8th minute. New England now trying to recover as Matt Turner has it. He's going to boot it to the near side touchline. He boots it to nobody, out of bounds. The Herons are going to be on it. Throw in. Can Inter Miami keep up the pressure? Here's Mikael. Play to DePaul. DePaul cuts in. Turjiman trying to win it back. Good job by DePaul. Now he gets it far side to Facundo Moura. Here's Moura. And now a couple of defenders getting their feet on in. Here's Luan and now Falcone. Falcone crosses midfield, gets it to Mikael. Near side touchline, Allen. Now Suarez. Inter Miami passing it beautifully in the 9th minute. New England cannot touch the ball. Messi cutting in. Here's Suarez right outside the penalty arc, going back to Messi, but not on the same page. Good idea. Messi was in on goal. Luis just led him a little too further. And now Matty Turner will play to his defense, as now we have a man down, and there's the foul. Rubel Vasquez, head referee, blowing his whistle. Second foul of the game. No booking, but it's going to be a free kick for the Revolution. And I think on free kick duties tonight, going to be a mixture of players. I think you're going to see Carles Gill, Turjiman for New England. And it's now a bad turnover by New England. Rodrigo DePaul on it. DePaul gets it to Messi, back to DePaul. Can he get it to Suarez? And that's where it breaks down. It's now New England will try to thwart it out, but our Herons on it once again. Inter Miami doing a great job of possession here in the first half. 10 minutes gone by, 0-0 New England and Inter Miami. Near side touchline, Noah Allen. Back to Mikael. So Inter Miami has created 2 opportunities. One almost led to a goal with Suarez. The other pass just wasn't on the same page with DePaul and Suarez. Speaking of, here's Suarez again. Gets it to Bertarame. Back to Suarez. It's still in the box. And now that's Yusuf doing a bicycle kick to clear it. And then Bertarame wins it back. Here's Messi's shot. Blocked. Matt Turner. Fully stretched. What a save. The U.S. men's national team, man, going full stretch. Catching that out of the air. Messi almost made it 1-0. Now across to Allen. Near side touchline in the box. Pass back in the box to Suarez. But it breaks down, and Matt Turner able to pick it up. So Turner having a hot start in the first half for New England. As he was, I mean, folks, dove completely to his left side, left the ground to save that opportunity by Lionel Messi. So 11 minutes, still 0-0, New England and Inter Miami. New England can't get out. I'll tell you what, this Herons press is something else. As they're trying to go deep to Turgeman, and going to ground is Gonzalo Luan. And we're going to have a free kick coming up for Inter Miami. Rubel Vasquez blowing that whistle, 3rd foul of the night. No card awarded. But Messi got a beautiful look. And Turner, fully stretched, getting that big left paw on it. As Inter Miami now will bring it out of their defense. Rodrigo DePaul, his heat map has been everywhere in this first half so far, at least the first 12 minutes. As he gets it to Falcone, and he's going to go near side touchline, Noah Allen. Allen back to Mikael. Now here's Falcone. DePaul, fresh off of his big-time goal, as we mentioned, in Salt Lake. 2nd goal of the year. Can he find a 3rd tonight? Mikael gets it to Allen. Inter Miami pressing up the pitch. They're in New England territory. They've been probing for, the first 12 minutes of this game. As Suarez with a nifty pass. Here's Messi. Messi finds Bertie. Bertarame, can he get a foot on it? And he decides to cut back and get it to DePaul. DePaul cross in, looking for Messi. Deflected away. Now Mikael. Still 0-0, 13th minute. Inter Miami and New England. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network. Mike Rizzo here on the call. As on it is Noah Allen. Gary Ibar, my on-site producer. Kate Chumsland, our producer, back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Inter Miami all over New England, but it's got to be fruitful. As Noah Allen tries crossing it in. That was deflected. That was a good job there by Eli Feingold, getting a foot on it. Feingold, the 21-year-old Israeli. A couple of Israelis within the starting lineup tonight. Turgeman, Feingold. As they, speaking of Turgeman, they try to play it up to him, but Dane St. Clair doing a good job of sniffing that ball out. Inter Miami's back out with Facundo Mora. The 2 times that New England has had it, they've been deep through balls into Inter Miami territory, but if it's Turgeman or Peyton Miller, none of them have been able to get a body on the ball and put it down to their feet. Inter Miami defense has been doing a good job of sniffing everything out so far. And as I mentioned, New England has struggled to get out of their own half. The press for Inter Miami has been great. Now DePaul turns it over. As I say that, the announcer's curse is Carles Gil is on it. He's got acres of space. Gil cuts it, shot! And St. Clair fouled it out of bounds. Didn't have to make a save. It'll be a goal kick. But Carles Gil, folks, the former Aston Villa man, Gil, who has played in La Liga, has played some real-time world football. The veteran had some space, almost made Inter Miami pay, but the shot was much to be desired. Now New England going to slap on a press off of the goal kick. Dane has it. Big left boot to midfield. Suarez, nice one-timer to Bertie. Suarez back on it. He was looking for Messi. Now that's intercepted. Here's New England. Crosses their fields. They get the ball to Griffin Yao. Yao gets it to the fullback Feingold, who's up with the attack. Is a great defending play by Noah Allen finds Suarez leaking. That one's going to go out of bounds. Suarez will have a throw in right at midfield. But a good job by Noah Allen picking the pocket of Eli Feingold. 15 minutes, 0-0 New England and our Herons. Live at New Bank Stadium on your Inter Miami radio network. Inter Miami unbeaten in their last 8 MLS games as almost a bad turnover, but Gonzalo Luan did a good job of going to ground and clearing it out, but New England's on it. Near side touchline, here's Griffin Yao. Yao will try to get it to Gill. Gill is on it. Near side touchline, Gill cuts in, and a good effort by Davi Martinez, but Gill somehow still with it. He tries cutting the pass into Turgeman, but Falcone sniffed it out. Falcone left boot out of the box. Can Inter Miami get back on it and hit him on the counter? Here's Bertarame. Now to Martinez, near side touchline Allen, and they'll recycle to the defense. But a good job there thwarting the attack and sniffing that out by the Inter Miami defense. Far side touchline. Here is Facundo Mora. Now DePaul. Falcone. Right at midfield, Maxi. Gets it to Bertarame in New England territory. Nifty pass by Messi. Messi gets it back. Now to Suarez. Here's Noah Allen. Right outside the box, near side touchline. Cross it, shot by Birdie, and he got it wrong, and that'll roll out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick for New England. So Bertarame getting the left foot on it, but didn't put it on target. Then it'll be a goal kick for Matty Turner. But a good cross in by Noah Allen. Noah Allen has been given some great service off of that left side. And Inter Miami now going to go a full-on press right out of this goal kick. Is Turner going to go deep? It looks like he is. Messi attacking the ball, and now Turner goes deep. He's looking for Turgeman right at midfield. Inter Miami immediately on it. New England cannot hold a possession longer than, I would say, about 30 to 35 seconds. Inter Miami smelling out whatever they got offensively, and it seems like New England is perfectly content with sitting back. Our Herons have had opportunities, and it's time that some of them bear fruit because, as I say, the more you sit back, the more pressure that you gauge as a team. And I don't think that's a smart decision to do against our Herons, who have guys who can score goals at will. Now Falcone has it. He gets it to midfield to Davi Ruiz. Here's Mora on that far side touchline. That's where the work's being done. Here's Lionel Messi. Messi back to Mora. Two-man, two-ball, Messi and Mora. Now Messi will do a big switch and switches fields. Mikael, is that going to be a turnover? No. Good job by Noah Allen by tracking that one. Pass into Bertarame, near side touchline, right outside of the box. Tries crossing it in, and a corner. So Bertarame winning an Inter Miami corner presented by Lido Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Representing injured people and their families for over 40 years. Visit foryourrights.com. That is foryourrights.com. Lido Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proud sponsors of Inter Miami corners. Lionel Messi will take the left side corner. Going to be a left foot boot coming in. Matty Turner barking orders at his line. As Messi gets it in, header for Bertarame, and it rolls out of bounds. I believe that Alassane Youssef touched it, and he did. It's another corner presented by Lido Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Visit foryourrights.com, representing injured people and their families for 40 years. Inter Miami went a little too quick on that corner. As you could tell, I tried doing my best, what do they call those guys? 45 and 11, do I hear 46 in the back? I tried doing my best there, but they took it a little too quick, so we're going to redo it. Messi will actually take this corner as well. Right side, going to be a left footer from the right side for Messi. Is he going to play it short or is he going to play it in? It looks like they're going to play it in as DePaul goes outside of the box. Messi does play it in, going for the Olympico. That one caught by Turner. 19 minutes, 0-0 New England and Inter Miami. Inter Miami has been all over New England in this first half. But now New England, first opportunity. Here's Turgeman behind the defense. Turgeman cutting into goal, shot blocked. St. Clair. Dane gets back on it and grabs it. But man, the announcer's curse. Turgeman in on goal, put a left foot boot on it. Now Inter Miami's turn to counter. Here's DePaul. Far side touchline to Messi. Back to DePaul. DePaul cuts it in the box, and he booted it out of bounds behind the net. Is that a corner or a goal kick? And that is going to be a Matt Turner goal kick. It went off of Rodrigo DePaul last. But first opportunity, first shot on target for the Revolution. And that came from Turgeman, the striker, who got behind Facundo Mora on that right side. Mora playing a right side midi tonight as another blunder by the Inter Miami defense, but Mikael able to sniff that one out. Getting back in on goal was Turgeman, but a big header by Mikael gets it to a Heron on the far side touchline. Now St. Clair has it in the box. Now here's Mikael. Noah Allen, near side touchline. Ruiz, back to Mikael in Inter Miami's box. Our goalkeeper, St. Clair. Here's Falcone. Far side touchline, Mora. Can Inter Miami get out? Messi, nifty one-time pass to Bertarame. Inching closer to midfield as Messi tried playing on a streaking Mora. And this ball being fought between Yusuf and DePaul. DePaul goes to ground and a foul. Inter Miami takes the free kick quickly. Here's Messi. Suarez. Back to Ruiz. Here's DePaul, and DePaul immediately turns it over. That's Brooklyn Reigns with the interception. Settling it now, Carles Gill. New England on the ball, something they haven't been on basically the whole first quarter hour of this game. 22 minutes, 0-0, Inter Miami and New England. Alisson Yusuf will play it back to Matty Turner. Matty Turner has had a hectic first half. 2 saves for the United States men's national team, man. Turner's still with it, waiting for things to open up from his side as he gets a right foot boot out. Immediately won by Inter Miami. This is Noah Allen, near side touchline. Suarez back to Allen. Nifty play by Luis, and what a tackle, though, by New England. That is Eli Feingold with the diving tackle. Now they're on the run. Here's Turgeman cutting in. Back to Feingold, near side touchline. Cross in, snuffed out by DePaul. And DePaul gets it to Mikael. Mikael trying to clear it out as he does to Suarez. Back to Mikael. Bad turnover by Mikael, though, as Yusuf is on it. Now they're right outside Inter Miami's box with Turgeman. Here's Feingold, near side touchline. Inching closer to the box. Now Gill. Carles Gill on it. Good defense there by Davi Ruiz. He's still tracking Gill. Gill retreating back to the midfield spot as he'll play on Will Sands. Sands now to Peyton Miller. Yusuf. Back to Gill. Gill still dribbling right outside of Inter Miami's box. Turgeman gets a foot on it in the box. Nifty back heel pass, but Inter Miami able to clear it. That is Facundo Mora. New England on it, midfield, after the clearance. Feingold to Sands. Now to Peyton Miller. And now they'll retreat back to their defense with Matty Turner. Turner has it in New England's box. But that opportunity, Carles Gill played it into the box to Dor Turgeman, who did a good job of boxing out Maxi Falcone. But Inter Miami able to squeak that out of there with the Facundo Mora late tackle. Is now Noah Allen outplaying Griffin Yao on the near side touchline. And he went to ground, and we have a stoppage of play as head referee Rubel Vasquez will check on Griffin Yao. Here's the replay. If anything, Yao fouled Noah Allen. And Yao was trying to say he got a cleat to the face, but, you know, that was a good Broadway show by Yao. So 24 minutes, 0-0. Inter Miami plays it. Getting back on the ball is Mora. Now back to DePaul. Here's Falcone. Mikael. Near side touchline to Allen. But New England this year, certainly a surge of play with new gaffer Mitrovic. Trying to get back on track and back into the playoff discussion as DePaul now in a dangerous spot with Messi and immediately turning it over. It was good defense by Ethan Kohler. Here's Yusuf trying to get something going against this Inter Miami defense, which has been stonewalling them for the better half of 25 minutes. And as I say that, welcome to the 25th minute, as having it in a dangerous spot. Will Sands, he cuts in, and I believe that could be a goal kick. I think that is going to be a goal kick. Yep. Goal kick for the Herons. That was Will Sands and Peyton Miller not on the same page. Sands took it all the way up, and then he found Peyton Miller in the box. And the best way I can put it, Miller just got it all wrong. Is now with it is Noah Allen. Luis Suarez, nifty turn. Suarez looking for a foul, and he gets, and he does get one. As he's arguing he was in clear on goal. But it was a nice turn by Suarez. Shielded the defender, went to the left side, and tried dusting a defender and got grabbed. And now Inter Miami on a free kick. Immediately out of the free kick, DePaul has it. Here's Gonzalo Luan, 26th minute. Luan, far side touchline to Messi. Messi cutting in. Ruiz now back to the defense. For Inter Miami this year, Lionel Messi, 7 goals, 3rd in the MLS. At Talasco Segovia, 5 assists. He's leading the team this year. As Inter Miami with a turnover, but getting immediately back on it. Good job there by Herman Berterame to win the ball back after the turnover. And now the Herons got it, near side touchline Allen. Mikael gets it past midfield. Still on it, left foot pass, Allen, near side touchline. 2-man 2-ball, Mikael and Allen. Allen back with it at midfield. DePaul turns, gets it to the far side touchline. Luan up with the attack. Now Mora. Here's DePaul. Messi and a good interception. That one immediately read by New England's defense. Coming up and getting that was Mamadou Fofana, the center back. He made a run, tried playing in Peyton Miller, but got the pass all wrong. Herons back on it, right at midfield. DePaul. Here is Falcon. Falcon dribbles it right past the center circle at midfield. Now goes near side touchline Mikael. 28th minute, 0-0 Inter Miami and New England. On that near side touchline, Allen played to Suarez. Nice one-timer. Back to Allen from Suarez. Allen trying to get past Feigold as he can't, and getting on the ball for New England is Yao. Now switching their fields. Here's Carles Gil. Gil on it. Far side touchline. Back to Yusuf. Here is Gil. Switching fields, near side touchline, Griffin Yao. Yao, right outside Inter Miami's box, finds Turjiman. Turjiman immediately get closed down by Inter Miami defenders. Turjiman goes to ground, no whistle, and Falcon will try getting it to Berterame. Berterame and Yusuf in a scuffle now, and head referee Rubel Vasquez blows his whistle. On the floor still, on the rug, Dor Turjiman. But it was a free kick. Vasquez not even going to check out Turjiman. He gets up, free kick played. New England on it. Near side touchline, Gill. And that one goes out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in in Inter Miami territory for New England. Feingold on it. Turjiman boxing out Falcon. He'll get it back to Yusuf. Nice tackle. That's Davi Ruiz. Can this turn into an opportunity? Lionel Messi, acres of space. Suarez with him. Messi cuts in and slowed down by Yusuf for the moment, but Leo back on it now. That's where it breaks down at the penalty arc right outside of the box. But Messi had a lot of space there. I give credit to Brooklyn Reigns and Yusuf, who came back and got it. Now on the counter, here's New England. Cutting in is Griffin Yao. Pass in, more like a shot. Dane St. Clair caught it. Good job by St. Clair sniffing that one out. Here's Suarez. Good pass to DePaul. DePaul streaking to goal. Near in the box is Rodrigo. And now we have a foul. Blowing his whistle is Rubel Vasquez, head referee. As DePaul stopped play in frustration as he was getting grabbed. And now Messi and Vasquez having a conversation. But I think Inter Miami is going to get a free kick right outside of the midfield line. DePaul having a conversation with Vasquez. As I'm waiting to see, folks, if this is an Inter free kick, and it is. Here's Lionel Messi. So, like I said, right outside of the midfield circle is Messi, and he takes the free kick, gets it to DePaul, and immediately gets it back. Inter Miami in New England territory with Ruiz. Now DePaul. Now Messi. Messi with space, tried playing on Berterame, and now we have a turnover. On it is Yusuf. Here's Carles Gil. Gil plays on Griffin Yao. Is Yao on sides? He is. He cuts inside, guarded by Mikael. Tried getting a shot on target. Did that hit an Inter Miami defender? It did not. It's going to be a goal kick. That shot went way over the crossbar. I should say, and circle back around, Inter Miami without a plethora of starters tonight. Talasco Segovia, Matteo Silvetti, and Sergio Reguilon. Poor Reguilon just can't get that injury right. That hamstring has still been nagging him. He's missed the last 3 games for Inter Miami. Segovia has card accumulation, and Matteo, the young Argentinian, still dealing with a hamstring. On it now is New England. New England with Dor Turgeman on it. Gets it far side touchline, Peyton Miller. Now Carles Gil. 32nd minute. 0-0 Inter Miami and New England. On the far side touchline, Peyton Miller and Carles Gil. Back to Miller. Brooklyn Reigns. Fighting for it is Miller and Luan. No foul call. Good job there by Luan getting physical with the young Peyton Miller. Far side touchline, Moura trying to get it to Berterame. Can Bertie get there? He does. Elephant touch, but he still has it. Now he gets it to Davi Ruiz. Ruiz with a lot of space, a lot of options. And him and Berterame get it to Noah Allen on that near side touchline. Here's Allen. He passes it back to DePaul. Now Messi. Messi, far side touchline. Cuts in towards the box. Here's Berterame. He goes to ground. No foul call. That would have been a free kick opportunity for Inter. But head referee Rubel Vasquez says play on. Far side touchline Moura. 33rd minute. 0-0 Inter Miami and New England. Messi and Luan. Now Luan plays on Suarez in the box. Luis tried cutting the pass back to Bertie. And now on it is New England. Can they get out? Big boot away. Turgeman streaking. Mikael sniffing it out. And good job there by Mikael thwarting the counter. Now Noah Allen, a bad turnover. This is Brooklyn Reigns, to Carles Gil. Now near side touchline Yao. Yusuf. Here's Gil. In a dangerous spot, New England now, now they're probing outside of the box. It's Gil and Yusuf. Gil on it, guarded by Ruiz. Near side touchline, Yusuf. Gil. Here's Yao. Shot and over the crossbar. Did Mikael get a foot on it? And they're going to call that a goal kick for our Herons. So Griffin Yao, good job cutting in, but he set that shot 5 rows up past Dane St. Clair's bar in the 35th minute. Welcome to the 35th minute. Inter Miami and New England, deadlock 0-0. We're live at New Bank Stadium. Mike Rizzo, your voice of the Inter Miami Herons, on the call. Gary Ibar, my on-site producer and spotter tonight. And Kate Chumsland back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. Mikael and Allen Near side touchdown, trying to get it out of Inter Miami territory. Allen boots it to Bertarame, and now we have a foul. Mamadou Fofana, a little too handsy with Herman Bertarame. Going to be a free kick for Inter Miami. I think this is going to be past the midfield stripe, too. Actually, it is not. It's going to be about 8 yards from the stripe. And now down is Eli Feingold. As Feingold holding that left ankle, I think the physios for New England are going to take a look at him. So keep this in mind when we get some extra time coming up in a little under 9 minutes. Like I said, 35th minute, Feingold on the ground. Physios out on the field looking at him. Turgeman checking up on him as well, his fellow countryman. And the rest of the teams water up. But heading into this game, I mentioned Inter Miami unbeaten in their last 8. They have 5 wins and 3 draws in their last 8 MLS matchups. And New England in the MLS is on a 4-game win streak. On the year, New England 5 wins, 11 losses, no draws. They have 15 points and are currently in 3rd place. They beat Atlanta their last game 2-1 on the road. Peyton Miller scored a goal. He's leading them with goals with 3 within MLS play. And interestingly enough, Luca Langoni, who has 6 assists, he's tied for the MLS lead. And actually, as I say that, he's suiting up. As I see on my monitor here and on the sideline. But Luca Langoni, who started the game on the bench, I think is about to come on for the injured Eli Feingold. I don't know if Feingold in that left boot, I don't think he could go anymore. Once again, the gaffer for New England, Marko Mitrovic, in his first season as head coach, has them in their best spot in years to start the season in their first 8 games. Obviously, this is match day 10. But New England, with their competition schedule, they've played 8. This will be 9. Our Inter Miami Herons are on game 10. But Mitrovic has done a great job. As I think Feingold is going to give it a go. I think New England's going to be playing with 10 men here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're going to be playing with 10 men until Eli Feingold can check back in. Inter Miami has an opportunity here, up 1 man. 37th minute. Noah Allen cuts in. Davi Ruiz. Inter Miami parked in New England territory. Outside of the box on the far side touchline to Paul. One-timer Suarez and Messi! Messi shot it, he just missed it! Nifty link-up play with Luis Suarez and Messi. And Leo, a whisker to the left on a low-driven grounder. Oh, man. So DePaul got it to Messi, Suarez to Messi, and Leo put it a whisker to the left. Big opportunity for the Herons once again. But the 38th minute is here, and Matty Turner will have a goal kick. Now, the Feingold situation took about 2 minutes, so I'm expecting at least 2 minutes of extra time here in about under 7 minutes, as we are in the 38th minute, 0-0, New England and Inter Miami. But Messi with an opportunity. It was a beautiful pass by Luis Suarez, and great build-up play. Inter Miami's build-up play has been tremendous tonight. It just hasn't bared fruit yet. The chances haven't resulted into anything yet. I think if they continue the attacks and they continue to piece together passes outside of the box and keep themselves parked in New England territory, they're going to get a couple. Not one, they're going to get a couple. Here's Falcone. Gets it past midfield. Maxi, nifty pass. Davi Ruiz on it now in the box. Ruiz, can he find somebody? He looked for Mora, and Mora got a bad boot on it, and now he's got to get back on defense because streaking out is the fast Yusuf. Yusuf looking for Gill, and now with a deep clearance, that was Will Sands. That one will roll out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for our Inter Miami Herons. But welcome to the 40th minute. 0-0 Inter Miami and New England. Far side touchline. Here's Messi. Messi playing a streaking Mora. Beautiful pass. Mora trying to cross it in, but a good job there by Mamadou Fofana clearing it out. It's going to be an Inter Miami throw-in. Far side touchline, DePaul. DePaul and Luan. DePaul back on it. Falcon. Right at midfield. Gets it to Mikael. Mikael near side touchline. Here is Allen. Allen been dangerous on that near side touchline this half. As now they'll switch fields to DePaul. 40th minute, DePaul crosses it in, blocked by Yusuf. And Yusuf gets back on it after Falcone gives it away. Far side touchline, Yusuf getting closed down by a barrage of Inter Miami defenders. And DePaul wins it. So good job there. That was DePaul, that was Mura, and that was Luan on that far side touchline. Ruiz, pass to Luis. Here's Leo. Messi taking on Yusuf. Now he switches his fields back to Suarez outside of the box. Suarez finds Ruiz. Ruiz still on it and cleared away by New England. But Inter Miami on it. Mora crossing another ball into the box. Deflected again. Gill right outside his own penalty arc goes to ground, and Rubel Vasquez blows his whistle. Mikael getting a little too handsy. Going to be a free kick for the Revolution. Guillermo Hoyos picked up his first win as Inter Miami gaffer. He's got a couple of substitutions warming up on the sideline in the 41st minute. As trying to get it across midfield is New England. And going to ground is Griffin Yao. And a foul. Rubel Vasquez blowing his whistle. Going to be a free kick on the ground that time. Was Eli Feingold again. He's cleaning up the carpet tonight. Been on the floor, been on the rug. Feingold was the player who had to come out. Gill on it. Now Yusuf. Far side touchline. New England in Inter Miami territory. Yusuf and Sands. Two-man two-ball. Now Gill getting involved. Inter Miami slapping on a press. Here's Suarez and Messi tracking Mamadou Fofana. Now they've tracked the ball deep into New England territory. Can they get on it and bear fruit on an attack? Big switch of the field with Reigns and Yao. Here's Yao. Now back to Feingold. Still on in New England in the 42nd minute. Right at midfield. Reigns. Inter Miami still with the press. New England going nowhere quick. Reigns again right at midfield. 43rd minute. Welcome to the 43rd minute. New England and Inter Miami 0-0. Ball won by Davi Ruiz on the near side touchline. He looked for Messi, but he wasn't open. And now a tackle by Ruiz trying to recover the ball. That'll be a foul. Free kick coming up for New England. I'm expecting 3 to 4 minutes of extra time. We've had 2 stoppages. You had 2 minutes with the Feingold stop. And they watered up. But play resumed. And just sitting on it with their defenders is New England. Now Yusuf trying to that far side touchline. Here's Peyton Miller. Now Will Sands. Sands. Back to Turgeman. Sands up with the attack. Sands playing a fullback tonight. You'll often see him up with the attack. He scored last game, so that 2-1 victory against Atlanta, Will Sands, the fullback, did score in the fixture. So, similar to Inter Miami, New England likes to play some of their fullbacks up with the attack. Reigns, back to Ethan Kohler. Now Gill. Near side touchline, Griffin Yao. Now Peyton Miller, who's worked his way to the near side touchline. He's playing left wing, but they're overloading this left side as now they're going to do a big switch. Mamadou Fofana will play it back to Matty Turner from the far side touchline. It looks like New England is satisfied going into halftime. 0-0 deadlocked, horns locked, as a header pass by Miller on the near side touchline ends up going all the way to Dane St. Clair. Now Mikael. Mikael cuts in, trying to get it out of Inter Miami territory. Centralized to Ruiz. Back to St. Clair. 44:56, 44:57, awaiting extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. 2 minutes of extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more about the all-new Audi Q3. Folks, Audi, the official premium and electric car partner of IMCF. Once again, extra time presented by Audi. Go to AudiUSA.com for more. Here is Leo Messi cutting in, and he got stuck in there by Carles Gill, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side touchline. Gill's challenge rolled out of bounds. DePaul immediately gets it off the throw from Mora. Now here is Ruiz, gets it to Messi. Suarez going to ground, but no whistle. Can New England counter? This is Yusuf on it right at midfield, in between the midfield line and the circle. Now Inter Miami wins it. Messi, dangerous spot, shot, blocked, saved. Turner, blocked originally and then saved. Matty Turner, fourth save of the half. New England now trying to calm down a bit after that turnover and Messi opportunity. Leo had a left foot opportunity, tried going across Matty Turner's face. Turner went to a knee, blocked it, then fell on it. Turner having a good half. But 46 and a half minutes, so about a minute and a half left of extra time, presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Once again, Audi, the official premium and electric car partner of IMCF, of Inter Miami football. Proud sponsors here on ESPN South Florida. As now Matt Turner has it after the resume of play. He boots it away, looking for Yao. Can Inter Miami bear fruit one more time before the whistle? Here is DePaul, right at midfield. He gets it to Luis. Luis goes backwards, and there's the whistle. Couldn't go back there. Could not go back there. And we have halftime here at New Stadium. Your score at halftime, 0-0. Inter Miami and New England. A couple of opportunities for Inter Miami. They were battering that New England defense, but no goals so far. Good news is, got a whole second half for our Herons to come back. Halftime show coming up next on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
If you love soccer, let Tri-Rail be your connection to Inter Miami CF games at Miami Freedom Park. Take the train to skip traffic and parking. Just an easy ride to the match. And the stadium is just steps away from Tri-Rail's Miami Airport Station. Plus, return service makes getting home simple after the final whistle. Weekend round-trip fares are just $5. Plan your ride at tri-rail.com, tri-rail.com.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients and South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath. Proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. Only they know how to celebrate with strangers as if they were lifelong friends. To lose their voice for weeks after chanting for 90 minutes. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football, because to them, passion is meant to be shared. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
Picture this. A curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
If you love soccer, let Tri-Rail be your connection to Inter-Miami CF games at Miami Freedom Park. Take the train to skip traffic and parking. Just an easy ride to the match. And the stadium is just steps away from Tri-Rail's Miami Airport Station. Plus, return service makes getting home simple after the final whistle. Weekend round-trip fares are just $5. Plan your ride at tri-rail.com, tri-rail.com.
In an AI-driven world, power up your future with in-demand trade skills at Palm Beach State College. Attend a free hands-on electrical info session and discover careers in electrical and low-voltage technology. Explore real-world training employers need right now, from installing smart home systems to repairing modern electrical equipment. Be job-ready in a year or less. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Visit pbsc.edu and search info to learn more.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Inter Miami all over New England. They have a 1.21 expected goals. Listen, for a non-stat geek like myself, Inter Miami should have scored a goal by now. In other words, battering New England. 5 shots on target, 1 big chance, 8 total shots, 64% of possession compared to New England's 36. New England 4 shots, 1 on target, and no big chances. Folks, it's been all Inter Miami. The chances just have to start to bear fruit. I think if Inter Miami keeps up the pressure and keeps the way that they're playing, they will be just fine. But once again, 8 total shots, 1 big chance, 5 on target, and 64% possession for the Herons. If the Herons keep this up, I like our odds. Let's take our second timeout of the halftime show. When we come back, we'll continue to break things down on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 29 national championships, including the reigning champs in swimming and diving, lacrosse, and tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients in South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath, proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals and business owners. The new tax legislation permanently increases the estate and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person, restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Now, let's get to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Once again, Inter Miami all over New England here at halftime. An expected goal of over 1 for Inter Miami, meaning Inter Miami should at least have 1 goal in the game. And compare that to New England, 0.15. So not a lot of opportunities for New England and a ton of opportunities for our Herons. Welcome on back to your halftime report on your Inter Miami radio network. I am voicing the Inter Miami Herons, Mike Rizzo. To my left with me is my on-site producer, Gary Ibar, and back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach is Kate Chumslin. Now, a couple of quick things here before we take our final halftime timeout. I am full-on expecting Tadeo Allende to play and Daniel Pinter. I think Inter Miami is probably going to need some goals. Pinter and Allende are the 2 attackers who I think will be coming off of the bench. And a person to keep an eye on as well in that midfield, Santiago Morales, with a couple of Inter Miami midfielders like Segovia and like Yannick Bright still out. Let's take our final time out of halftime. I'll let you know who subs on if Inter Miami comes with the same 11, and we'll get the party back started. Second half coming next on your Inter Miami radio network.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients in South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath, proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small? Trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Joseph Malloy, tax partner in Anshin's Construction Group.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, also known as the OBBBA, will have a significant impact on tax planning strategies. The bill restores and makes permanent 100% bonus depreciation for all eligible purchases made after January 19, 2025. This tax incentive will influence investments in additional machinery and equipment upgrades, providing an immediate tax deduction and helping contractors increase cash flow. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we strategically guide construction companies through the new tax law to help them develop the right strategy and enhance profitability. If you're a construction executive or owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Need an extra boost? With boost checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Picture this: a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $909 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Welcome back to your Inter Miami Radio Network. We are at New Stadium, and we're live on ESPN 106.3 and live on a plethora of different platforms. If you're listening to us on Apple TV, if you're listening to us on Sirius XM, if you're listening to us on the radio dial 106.3, on the ESPN South Florida app, or on our YouTube stream at ESPN West Palm FC. My guys Killiman and Janet, always there. Appreciate Janet and Killiman on that YouTube stream. Janet wants Maddie Turner to go away. Maddie Turner had a big half. The United States men's national team man had two big-time saves, one on Lionel Messi. Let's see if he's able to do that coming up here in the second half. Janet also says Messi will score. It's coming. Listen, if Inter Miami continues to batter the defense the way they are, I think 2 or 3 goals. I don't think one. I think 2 or 3 goals maybe for Inter Miami and Lionel Messi. Killiman is predicting a Messi and a Suarez goal as well. So the vibes are high on the YouTube chat, and you can join the chat. Folks, that's at ESPN West Palm FC, at ESPN West Palm FC. And you can listen literally anywhere in the country on our ESPN South Florida app as well. So plenty of ways to listen, and we appreciate everybody listening to our English Inter Miami Radio Network here on ESPN 106.3. Now, I mentioned during the pregame that Luca Langoni, the Argentinian, has 6 assists for New England, and he wasn't in the starting lineup. I did see him warming up on the sidelines. I believe he is going to be coming on sooner rather than later for this New England Revolution side. I arguably think he's their second or third best player, maybe behind Carles Gill and Peyton Miller this year. But, folks, 6 assists speaks for itself. He is tied for first in the MLS. Now, Lionel Messi had a big-time opportunity in that first half. It was nifty play between DePaul, Suarez, and Messi. DePaul had it outside of the box. He played Suarez at the penalty arc outside of the box. Suarez nifty pass to Messi, and Leo had an awkward left boot on it. It rolled just to that left side bar of Matt Turner. So opportunities have been there for our Herons, and they are stepping back out onto the field. Everyone hydrated and ready to go. Once again, appreciate all of my members here of the Inter Miami Radio Network tonight. Kate Chumsland back at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach. My man Gary Ibar here on site with me, my main spotter and on-site producer, Santi Rodriguez, everyone involved with our Inter Miami coverage here. We appreciate all of you. My man Paul, too, over here. Shout out my guy Paul. But in the 40, we're about to get things underway here on our Inter Miami Radio Network. Messi standing over it. Whistle, and we are second half underway at New Stadium. Is on it now, Rodrigo DePaul, and hopefully our Herons will bear some fruit on these chances in the second half. Far side touchline played. This is Moura. Now Rodrigo DePaul with it right at midfield. He thought about passing it deep. He'll lay it up to Davi Ruiz instead. Now Mikael making a run. Mikael with a ton of space. No one's stopping him. Tried playing a ball on Mura on the far side touchline left side, but Mikael just passing it a bit ahead of him, and it rolls out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Matty Turner. Once again, appreciate everyone listening on all platforms, wherever it may be. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network. No substitutions yet. Did see Languni warming up for New England, and going on a run was Luan, and he was immediately out of control. And with it now, this is Yao. Yao cuts in, gets it to Gill. Gill with a lot of space. Now DePaul challenges. Here's Yusuf. Yusuf will play it back to Mamadou Fofana, and now Matty Turner has it in his box. They'll go to that far side touchline. Here's Feingold. And that one rolls out of bounds. Will be a throw in. And folks, I apologize. I see him out there. Luca Langoni is on the pitch. So Eli Feingold, who went down with an injury, he is now off of the pitch, and on the pitch is Luca Langoni, the one I've been talking about. Was a little shocked he wasn't in the starting lineup. And now he's on the field with those 6 MLS assists, as Maxi Falcone didn't notice a streaking New England attacker. Now on it is Yao, shot on target, blocked by St. Clair. Trying to clean things up is Languni, and that one rolls behind St. Clair's post, but it's going to be a corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. Visit foryourrights.com, foryourrights.com. So a bad turnover by our Herons. Falcone didn't see the New England attackers pick his pocket, and New England plays this corner short. Gill on it. Gill cuts in. Still with it, Luis Gill. He does a low-driven shot blocked. On it is Languni. Languni lines it up right at St. Clair. Saved in the 47th minute. And we do have a substitution for Inter Miami. Noah Allen off, Tadio Allende on. So Inter Miami subbing off a defender and putting on an attacker. So once again, Allen off, Allende on. In the 48th minute. But yes, so Feingold off, Languni on for New England, Allen off, Allende on for our Herons. We're in the 48th minute, still 0-0, New England and Inter Miami. Had a chance there for New England, and now Inter Miami's back on it, though, on the far side touchline. They'll play it back to their goalkeeper, Dane St. Clair. Inter Miami all-time against New England, 7-3. Inter Miami has won the last 4 matchups against New England. A la Lionel Messi showing up, and the boys. So this has been a team our Herons have been able to handle. They've had opportunities tonight. Keep knocking on that door. Here's Mikael barking his orders. Now he'll go far side touchline to Mora, who plays it right back to Mikael. Mikael cuts in. Still looking. Not being challenged. Still with the ball is Mikael. Now he switches it to Falcone. Near side touchline, Lionel Messi. Messi, long through ball. Looking for Allende, finds him. Allende settles it on the near side touchline right outside the box. Here is Luan, back heel to Allende. Now DePaul. Now Messi. Messi cuts in, pocket picked. New England on the run. Here's Carles Gill. Gill plays on Yusuf. Yusuf is in. But he decides to pull it back. And now they'll reset with Gill. Gill cuts in. He gets into the box. Turnover. Bad pass by Gill. Rodrigo DePaul, good job tracking that back. Welcome to the 50th minute, 0-0 Inter Miami and New England. Allende has it, near side touchline. He finds Bertarame. Now Messi. Leo, tracking the goal, still on it. Makes a pass to Luis, and cleverly cut out by New England. That was Will Sands, but the Herons back on it. Now another turnover. So changing of possessions early on here in the first half. Both teams still trying to find some footing. Yusuf. Now Languni. Languni with a lot of space. Makes a cut in. Trekking towards the box. Puts a shot, but it's blocked. Good job by Mikael. I'll tell you what, Mikael all over the place. Snuffing things out. Clearing balls. It's been a good, I'd say, first half and first 10 minutes, 5 minutes of the second for Mikael. 50th minute, 0-0. Now the 51st minute. Davy Ruiz, far side touchline Mora. Can Inter Miami continue to probe, continue to put pressure? Here's DePaul. He's past midfield, inching closer to the box. DePaul plays on Allende! Allende in a goal! Can he get a right shot? Goal! Tadeo Allende with the goal! Opening up the scoring! Great! And offsides. And we have an offsides. Flags up. Cancel the party. It's going to be an offsides. That's tight. I'll tell you what, that's tight. That's a tight offsides. I'm sure VAR going to take a look at it. I thought Allende was in. As now we did get confirmation it is offsides in the 52nd minute. Oh man, I was fired up. 52nd minute, Allende scored, disallowed. He was in an illegal position, and Matty Turner boots it away. What's the old saying now? You can't celebrate goals anymore. That's what they say with VAR. I'm a fan of VAR, but I'm also an Inter Miami homer. 52 and a half, 0-0. Inter Miami and New England. Far side touchline. Peyton Miller on it. Now we'll get it to Will Sands. Nifty one-time pass by Carles Gill, but it rolls out of bounds. Going to be a Herons throw-in. So far side touchline throw-in for Inter Miami. Gets it to Mikael. Here is DePaul. Trying to get it past midfield is Rodrigo. Good burst of speed to Gonzalo Luan to the near side touchline. Now Falcone. Falcone inching to midfield. Gets it, lays it up to Mikael. Now Mikael's past midfield. Far side touchline. Here is Facundo Mora. Mora trying to find Birdie. Berterame just overplayed that pass. But good news is Mora back on it. Mora gets it to Davy Ruiz. Now Maxi Falcone right at midfield. He'll switch his fields to Luan near side touchline. Luan with acres of space. He'll play into it. He finds DePaul. DePaul back to Luan. Now Rodrigo to Messi. Messi inching closer to the box in that penalty circle. Now Ruiz on it. Ruiz plays Mora. He's right outside of New England's box. Now they'll track back to Messi. Messi cuts in towards the penalty arc. Trying to get through this defense. Messi nifty moves, but ends up turning it over. Now New England has a chance to counter. I say that DePaul does a good job of tracking back and Griffin Yao. And now we have a stoppage of play on the floor. Is number 11, Dor Turgeman. So Turgeman holding his right leg. Rubel Vasquez stopped play, and now he's going to have a conversation with Maxi Falcone. I don't see any cards shown. I don't think Falcone was mouthing off or anything. But there are conversations right now between head referee Rubel Vasquez, Rodrigo DePaul, and Maxi Falcone. And we will have a free kick right in between the circles, right in between the penalty arc and right in between the midfield circle. Now played. Matty Turner resumes play. Welcome to the 55th minute. 0-0 Inter Miami and New England. Inter Miami scored a goal, but Tadeo Allende was in an illegal position. As booted away by Turner. Ball won by Turgeman. Shot blocked! St. Clair fully stretched. Good job by Turgeman. to get a shot on target, but Dane St. Clair coming through. Turner immediately played it from that free kick and found an avenue between the center backs. Turgeman ended up with it, and it was a diving save by Dane St. Clair. Give him credit. Throw in. Throws it into the box to Turgeman. Opportunity, shot it at goal. Unbelievable. New England up 1-0. Carles Gill. That's off the throw-in. So Turgeman got it off the throw-in, and Carles Gill able to get on it in the box. 1-0 New England in the 55th minute. So our Herons are going to be playing behind for the third straight time at New Stadium. It's the third time here at the new stadium that Inter Miami will be down 1-0. But folks, it was one of those awkward throw-ins outside of the box. Like far side touchline thrown into the box, Turgeman boxed out Falcone, and somehow, some way, he was able to get it on his foot, and then Carles Gill ends up with it in the box and literally walks it in. He walked it in. Dane was upset with the defense, rightfully so. And Inter Miami, they've been the better team, but they are not winning. They are down 1-0. So I'm assuming Inter Miami going to go uber attack here. Going to be very, very aggressive to try to pull one back. Sometimes world football, folks, sometimes football isn't fair. Granted, I'm a homer. This is the Inter Miami Radio Network. But that, I think this is one of those situations where the better team is losing right now. Near side touchline, here's Luan. Now Leo passed to Allende right outside the box. Allende serviced in to Suarez and now cleared away by New England. Dane St. Clair is off of his lines. It's him and Turgeman. Now Dane did a good job of getting rid of it. Dane getting back to his goal, thankfully, because New England on it again after the clearance. And I'll tell you what, Turgeman goes to ground as well. Now we have a whistle. Oh, God, that's shocking. I don't know if that's a foul, but, man, Turgeman's playing like, and now we have a card to Tadio Allende for arguing. So in the 58th minute, Turgeman goes to the ground. It's the 5th time he's been on the ground. I'm assuming he's going to pop up and everything's going to be okay. And I think that's what Inter Miami is trying to plead right now. But Allende picked up a card because he was mouthing off the head referee, Rubel Vasquez. I don't know, folks. I saw the replay. Allende, he gets the card because he mouthed off, not because of the foul, but it might have been a non-contact thing. If I spoke too soon about Turgeman, I'm sorry. The physios are looking at him, but he's been on the ground 5 different times, and he's gotten up and has been completely okay. I know this is probably going to be one of those situations where he's going to have to come out of the game. Say the physios look at him and they clear him, he's going to have to come out of the game and then come back into the game. As no, they're going to let him play. So, all right. Shocker, he's all good. All right, 59th minute, going to be a free kick for New England. He's all good, miraculously, right? Played right off the free kick. Here is Griffin. Nifty pass. And a cross in. That was almost 2-0, folks. Languni could not get a right boot on it. But, man, I'll tell you what. Griffin Yao had a heck of a pass across the box. I cannot believe that any Inter Miami defenders didn't get there, and it wouldn't have mattered because he was offsides. But I think Inter Miami got blindsided off of the free kick that Turgeman got. Messi's on it. Can Inter Miami bear fruit on this play? Suarez, nifty pass. Moura crosses it in. And nobody home on the other end. It's going to roll out of bounds on the far side touchline. Here is Mikael, 60th minute. Welcome to the 60th minute. Inter Miami down 1-0. New England on top. It was a goal by Carles Gil. Messi plays Allende. Allende in the box, cross in. Back stick, nobody home. Inter Miami trying to track that ball down. Nifty back heel pass by Turgeman, but Falcone snuffed it out, and they will play it back to Dane St. Clair. Here is Rodrigo DePaul. Inching the goal, and a turnover by DePaul. Yusuf on it. Here's Gil. Gil looking for Peyton Miller on a run. Too much mustard. Dane St. Clair will recover. And now far side touchline, Facundo Mora. Mora gets it past midfield. Here's Berterame. Herman back to Mikael. Now Messi. Leo. Davi Ruiz. And Ruiz passes it to New England. Yusuf on it. Gil. Gil passes midfield, near side touchline. Still with the ball. No one stopping the ball. Gil still on the run. Here's Turgeman. He lines one up, and he'll end up laying it up to Yusuf. Now Reigns. Reigns has it. He's in the box. Gives it to Turgeman. Shot blocked. Now Berterame. Can Inter Miami counter? Bertie gets it to Allende. Allende now on the near side. Now DePaul. Trying to pass midfield are our Herons. Messi with it right at the circle. Now DePaul crosses midfield. Near side touchline. Messi. Messi centralizes it, cuts in, pass deflected, and DePaul ends up with it. Here's Rodrigo. Now to Luan. Mikael. Far side touchline. Moore wide open. He has it. He gets it to Berterame. Inter Miami probing outside of the box of New England with Mikael. Messi back on it. Messi passes Suarez. And Luis plays it to Mora. Now Mikael. Still outside of the box, Inter Miami. 3-man 3-ball, Ruiz, Mikael, and Mora. Mikael now retreats to midfield. Loses his footing, but thankfully recovers. Here's Maxi. Now near side touchline, passing midfield is Luan. DePaul. DePaul with space, cutting in. Here's Messi, right outside the penalty arc. To the back stick, nobody home, and cleared away by New England. On it is Yusuf. The press is on by DePaul. Yusuf gets past DePaul and finds Griffin Yao. Yao with space. He passes midfield. He'll go to the near side touchline to Yusuf. Now Turgeman. To Gil. Here's Gil. To Will Sands. Sands on the far side. In Inter Miami territory. Now back to the defense. Gil and Sands, far side touchline now. Gil retreats. He'll get it back to Mamadou Fofana. The defenders up all at midfield for New England. Can Inter Miami get the ball back and lay on a counter? Gil cuts in. Right past the midfield circle. He plays Turgeman. Turgeman to Yusuf. Yusuf back to Gil. One-timer Turgeman off a volley in the box. And that one goes over the bar. Going to be a goal kick. Turgeman has been in dangerous spots tonight. He has put shots up. But in the 64th minute, Inter Miami is down 1-0. And chances aren't necessarily coming here in the second half, but plenty of time to get back on track for our Herons. This is DePaul to Ruiz, and dispossessed. Allende trying to track it down, but Griffin Yao has it. Yao gets it up to Turgeman. Turgeman and Falcone doing battle. Maxi trying to get it from Turgeman. Now we got a foul. I think Maxi had a little extra mustard on that challenge. Turgeman receives it off of the free kick. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is our Inter Miami Radio Network. Mike Rizzo, voice of the Herons. Our Herons find themselves down 1-0 to New England. The stat sheet says Inter Miami has been the better team, But, folks, in this second half so far, New England has really dominated possession and opportunities as our Herons have struggled to piece together passes around the box. Here's DePaul. Can this bear fruit? This is more outside of the box on the far side touchline. All defenders up with Inter Miami's attack. Here's DePaul again with it. Near side touchline to Messi. Messi cuts in. Gets it to Ruiz. Ruiz, bad touch. Can Inter Miami get back on it? It's a fight with Bertarame and Yusuf. And Yusuf goes to ground. Head referee Rubel Vasquez blows his whistle. Foul. Going to be a free kick for New England. But still 1-0. Our Herons had a plenty of opportunities in that first half. Haven't necessarily found their footing in the second. But 66 minutes, still time. Still time. Allende trying to track it at midfield. Gill ends up with it. Gill in Inter Miami territory finds Yusuf. Near side touchline. Here's Griffin Yao. Now back to Gill. Gill guarded by DePaul. Gill, nifty move. Gets it to Yusuf, near side touchline. Now back to Gill. Gill in a dangerous position. No one's stopping the ball. Here's Gill, lays it up to Turgeman. Gill goes to ground and a foul. Oh no, a yellow card, a booking in the 66th minute. And it's going to be a free kick, I would say 2 yards outside, 2-3 yards outside of the box. That's going to go against Davi Ruiz. And Inter Miami's already thin in that midfield with no Talasco, Segovia, and Yannick Bright. And this is going to be a dangerous free kick. Like I mentioned, folks, it's right between the crevice of the circle and the box. So if you're looking at the penalty at the circle outside of the box, penalty arc, right to the left of that. This is a heck of an opportunity for New England to maybe extend that lead. This is a dangerous free kick coming up. Standing over the free kick is Languni and Gill. Gill, their free kick specialist, but we know Languni is their best passer. He has 6 assists this year. Gill standing over it in the 68th minute, puts a shot on target, but it's blocked by our Herons. Good job by the wall. Rather, that was going on target, but it hit the wall. Gill back on it, though. Gill dicing up defenders, and it goes out of bounds, yes, and that is out of bounds. Gill had a nifty move to the byline, and now we have an offsides. Okay, it's offsides and goal kick. Ball ended up in the back of the net. I said, that can't be right, folks. All right, and it wasn't right. Now, coming on is Ian Frey. Ian Frey coming on for the Herons, and coming off of the pitch, I'll get you in a second. It's Davi Ruiz. So Davi Ruiz, who just picked up the yellow card, off of the pitch, and Ian Frey is now on in the 56, 57, 58. Welcome to the 69th minute. Ian Frey checking in. And then Planbeck checking in for Luan. So Planbeck, the recently signed player from IMCF2. Planbeck and Frey checking in. Speaking of Frey, he's got it. Near side touchline, cross into the box. Headed away by New England. Messi on it, though. Still in New England territory. Here's Leo. Leo, cross the next stick. Is anyone home? And Luis couldn't get on the end of it. But we have a corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families for 40 years. Visit foryourrights.com. It's foryourrights.com. Rodrigo DePaul now on the corner kick. Right side corner kick. DePaul take it with his right boot. DePaul gets it into the box. Header, and way off. Tadio Allende sent it to the 10th row. So 70th minute, New England up 1-0 on Inter Miami. A tale of two halves. Inter Miami battered New England in that first half. And then in the second half, it's been New England with the chances and the ball. And now I think we have another substitution that wants to come on. But head referee Rubel Vasquez is going to let this play out. Free kick taken by Matty Turner. He tried going deep to Languni. Languni grabs Mikael, I think just to stop play to get the sub on, and that's exactly what it was. No citation, no booking. But coming off of the pitch, I believe is going to be Griffin Yao. Yep, Griffin Yao off the pitch. And on the pitch is Yule. A different Yule. There's two Yules. But coming onto the pitch is Jackson Yule. So off Yao, on Yule. Inter Miami on it. Mikael gets it to Mora. Suarez right outside of New England's box. He'll retreat back to Mikael. Plambeck. Now Rodrigo to Paul. We'll get you caught up in substitutions here in just a moment. To Paul, cross in, going back stick. Suarez goes to ground. Is that going to be a penalty? Head referee Rubel Vasquez did blow his whistle. I'm sure VAR will look at it. Luis went to ground at the back stick. I think we're going to wait for a VAR check. And no word yet. I think they're just going to let this play. Yeah, they're going to play. So no VAR check on the Luis Suarez going to ground at the back stick. But good news is Inter Miami on it with Messi. Messi gets it to Frey. Dangerous spot right outside of the box. Frey crosses it in, and it'll be a corner kick presented by Lido Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. Represented injured people and their families for over 40 years. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. So taking the right side corner is going to be Lionel Messi. Messi with his left boot. You hear the crowd starting getting into it now. Messi takes it short to Plambeck. Plambeck, shot, blocked. Wow. I did not, folks, I'm at your mercy. I did not expect that to be that good, but a good effort by Plambeck with that left foot. It was a left foot finesse, and Matty Turner actually had to dive for that one. I thought he was crossing it in. Good opportunity by the young man just brought up from IMCF2. Near side touchline. Here's Messi. Gets it to DePaul. DePaul cross in, header, and nowhere near. Did it touch a New England defender? And it did. We have another corner kick presented by Lido Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath, representing injured people and their families for over 40 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Take it quickly. Messi, short corner to Plambeck. Again, here is DePaul. DePaul cross in, big stick header, and oh my goodness! It just went over the bar, Ian Frey, with a big-time opportunity. Oh my goodness! Inches over the bar for Ian Frey. It was a great cross in by DePaul. Oh man, that was almost 1-1 in the 73rd minute. But New England still leading 1-0, and we are officially in the 74th minute. Welcome to the 74th minute as Matty Turner boots it away. And on it is Ian Frey, who is a whisker away from a header goal. Frey to Messi, back to Frey. Frey's been great since subbing on. Allende. Falcone to Plambeck. Young Plambeck gets it to the far side touchline to Facundo Mora. Now Mikael, defense up with the attack. And Messi, right outside that penalty arc, plays it to Bertrame. Now Frey, near side touchline to Paul. Crosses it in, nobody home. Plambeck almost got there, but he went to ground. The turf monster got him, but Inter Miami back on it. Here's Mikael. And now Falcone. Messi to DePaul. Rodrigo, nifty pass, Suarez shot, and a rebound goal! Herman Bertarame with a rebound goal! Nice shot, and a rebound by Bertarame! 1-1, Inter Miami has tied it up! Unbelievable! Finally! They found the key to that New England defense! And Bertie Herman Berterame, 3 goals in 4 games, finding his form. But Luis put it on target, and Berterame crashed in. 1-1. Can we go get a winner? New England immediately plays it. Inter Miami has all the momentum in the 75th minute. Let's update you on subs. Allende, Frey, Plambeck in. Off, Allen, Luan, and Ruiz. On, Languni and Yule. Off, Yal and Feingold. So those are the substitutions so far. There have been 5 subs in the game, 3 on the Inter Miami side, 2 on the New England side. But finally, Inter Miami able to get the key. The key master finally came and unlocked that defense of New England. Berterame, a beautiful crash goal, a rebound goal off of a Luis Suarez on-target opportunity. Inter Miami now on it. Here's Ian Frey. Can we get a winner? Folks, can we get a winner? Ian Frey to Allende. Back to Frey. Frey cuts in. Still doing work right outside of the box is Frey. He's working. Finds Messi. DePaul. Back to Leo and a late clearance. It was a good job there by Brooklyn Reigns. Goodness gracious, Messi almost got a left foot on that. Far side touchline. Cutting in. Now to Messi. Messi, nifty move. Leo, a shot blocked. Can Plambic get there? Languni now on the counter. Bertie trying to get it. Doesn't get there. Turgimon in the box. Can Maxi get there? Shot blocked. St. Clair. Is it Inter Miami's turn to counter? Here comes DePaul. Now Suarez with space to Rodrigo. Rodrigo to Messi. Messi inching to the box. Leo, ball on a string. In the box. To the byline. Back stack. Nobody home. Berterame on it now. Here's DePaul. Plambic. Abadiarita, who subbed on. I'm at your mercy. Messi to Bertie. Back to Messi. Leo shot! Oh my goodness! Over the crossbar! He got it with his right boot. He went weak foot and still almost scored. More substitutions to update. Ezekiel Abadiarita on for Mura. Abadiarita, Plambic, Frey, and Allende on. Off, Allen, Ruiz, Mora, Luan. Messi chants have erupted at New Stadium. Can Inter Miami get the winner? Going to be a throw-in for the Herons. Immediately played to Plambic. Here's DePaul, switching fields to the near side touchline. Now he cuts in. DePaul to the back stick. Abadiarita, can he get there? And he can't get his left boot up in time. Will be a goal kick. So Manny Turner will take the free kick. Rather, goal kick. So still only 2 substitutions for New England. Languni and Yule coming on. Coming off for them was Yao and Feingold. And that one booted away by Turner. Falcone gets a head on it. Now St. Clair gets it to Ian Frey. Allende, Frey, Plambic, and Abadiarita, the new players in the second half for subs. Messi on it. Dangerous spot. Plays Allende in the box. Taddeo trying to pass it into Berterame, and Frey has it now. Ian Frey gets it to DePaul. DePaul cross in, nobody home back stick, but Abadi Arita might get there. And Abadi Arita takes a New England player to ground, and it'll be a free kick in the 80th minute. Welcome to the 80th minute, 1-1, Inter Miami and New England. And Matty Turner try to boot it away. Turner has gone deep almost every single time, trying to lead to an opportunity. He tries it again here, but Falcone wins the header. Bertarame on it for Inter Miami. Birdie taking the ground, an advantage play, rightfully so. Allende is in. Allende in the box, tries laying it up to Messi, and that's where it breaks down. But Tadio will try to box out a streaking Mamadou Fofana, and a foul called. Rubel Vasquez blowing his whistle. Going to be a free kick for Inter Miami. Messi will take a near side touchline free kick. And he quickly plays it to DePaul. DePaul gives it right back to the great one. Messi with it. Can we get a winner? Can Inter Miami get a winner? 81st minute. Probing outside of the box. DePaul and Messi. DePaul on it. Going back stick. Anyone home? Nobody home. And a goal kick. He keeps going. Rodrigo keeps wanting someone at that back stick. Abadi Arita once again subbing on for Facundo Moura. He has not been in location on that back stick. And welcome to the 82nd minute. 1-1, Inter Miami scoring. Luis Suarez put a shot on target, and then Herman Bertarame crashed in the box, and a Ricky rebound goal tied it up 1-1. And New England scored on a Carles Gill goal. Came off of a throw-in. As Allende goes to ground, but he was able to find Messi. Here's Suarez. Suarez calling for Abadi Arita. Abadi Arita gets it on the far side touchline. He'll get it back to Suarez. Now Plambic. Plambic cuts in, gets it to DePaul. Near side touchline, Moura. Excuse me, Frey. Falcone. And not on the same page as Luis and Leo. And now Frey ends up with it. Inter Miami going to probe from the defense at the midfield line with the center backs Mikael and Falcone. Mikael now with the acres of space, inching closer, plays Abadi Arita on the far side touchline. Now he plays it back to Mikael. Mikael in the same spot. He'll try to cross this field to Ian Frey, but that's a bad pass. Turnover by caught by Yusuf, rather. Intercepted. Here's Will Sands now. Inter Miami slapping on a press. Now Peyton Miller. Near side touchline, Yule. New England plays it to Turner. Inter's presses on with Birdie. Birdie trying to get in front of that goal kick, and Turner booted it out of bounds. Inter Miami's going to have a throw-in on the near side touchline. Falcone. Mikael crosses midfield. Gets it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo to Messi. Messi near side touchline. 84th minute. Welcome to the 84th minute. 1-1 your score. Ian Frey crosses it in. Trying to get a head on it was a mix of Birdie and Abadi Arita. And now Plambic has it. He gets it to DePaul. DePaul to Frey. Here's Leo. Leo looking for a cross in. That gets deflected. Frey on it. Here's Messi. Messi again. Near side touchline. Into the box to Frey. Frey trying to get a cross pass in. And sadly passed it off of a defender and it landed on him. It'll be a goal kick. But that near side touchline, that's where the work has been done. Frey has been great off of it. Messi cut in and has had opportunities. And now we have a substitution coming on for New England. This is going to be Andrew Farrell, Tanner Beeson. That is Tanner Beeson coming on for George Turgeman. Turgeman exits the game with an assist. He took that throw in, chested it, passed it, pass is certainly a word, but they're calling it a pass to Gill. I think Gill just ended up with it and walked it in. Neither here nor there. Inter Miami on it after a turnover by New England. They're in their own territory with the body of Rita on the far side touchline. Still 1-1 to Paul. Gets it near side touchline past midfield to Frey. Frey cuts in. Here's Messi. Mikael right outside of the midfield circle. Now far side touchline to body of Rita. Plambic. Plambic cuts in. And outside of that midfield circle, Falcone. Now to Paul. 86th minute. 1-1 Inter Miami and New England. Frey has it. Near side touchline where all the magic has happened. Now he gets it back to DePaul. Go back to Frey. Frey looking for Allende. Cross into Suarez. Suarez heads it. He was looking for Messi on a pass and nobody home. New England will play out of their box. Will Sands blocked by a body of Rita. Good job by a body of Rita. Getting a body on it. Inter Miami back on it. Mikael to DePaul. Now Frey. Frey cuts in. He's in trouble in a bad turnover, and now advantage play. Yusuf on it. Yusuf deep into Inter Miami territory. What a play by Plambic to win the ball, but it ends up with Gill. Carles Gill on it, right outside the midfield circle. He'll play it back to Kohler, the center back. And now New England will take it easy. 87th minute, 1-1. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network. I'm Mike Rizzo, voice of the Herons on the English side. Next to me is Gary Ibar, my on-site producer and spotter. Back at the City Play Studios at downtown West Palm Beach is Kate Chumsland. Inter Miami got the equalizing goal in the 76th minute, and they have been slowly probing outside of New England's box for about 8 minutes now. Can Inter Miami get a winner? Can we get a winner? Here's Messi in the box. Leo, cross back stick, and Matty Turner grabbed it. Wow. What a pass. But Turner, he saw that one the whole way. Birdie was open on the back stick. New England now, far side touchline. Sands rolls out of bounds, and that's going to be a Herons throw-in. And another substitution coming in for New England. Marko Mitrovic using all of them tonight. Fagundes checking on. Fagundes onto the pitch. And subbing off is Yusuf. Yusuf is, his body heat nap is crazy. But Fagundes checking in for the exhausted Yusuf. 88, folks, 88-45, 88-46. We're about a minute and 10 seconds away, figuring out what extra time is going to be. Sold out new stadium tonight. As that one will roll out of bounds. Not on the same page were our Herons. Going to be a throw-in right at midfield. Peyton Miller going to throw it in. Miller trying to go down the byline, but Falcone is there. 89-20. Here's Mikael. Gets it to DePaul. Now Messi, near side touchline. Leo plays Frey, but smartly defended by Tanner Beeson. He'll boot it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Inter Miami. Here's DePaul, now to Falcone. DePaul. We're in New England territory. Folks, 58, 59, we're at 90 minutes. 5 minutes of extra time. Inter Miami is going to have 5 minutes of extra time, presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q3. Audi, the official premium and electric car vehicle of IMCF. Messi gets it into the box to Mikael. Now Plambic has it. Plambic outside of the box, going back stick. Nobody home, and Matty Turner catches it. But 91st minute, Matt Turner on it. Going to boot it away. Fangundes gets it out of bounds. And now a throw-in. Here's Plambic to DePaul. DePaul right at midfield. Plays it to Frey. Welcome to the 91st minute. Once again, 5 minutes of extra time. Inter Miami has 4 minutes to get a winner. Messi turns, has space. Leo, grounder, and that one right at Turner as he catches it. And Turner will run it out. Turner throws it to the near side touchline to Gill. Messi had an unbelievable turn there. Just couldn't put it past Matt Turner, as now I believe we have a foul. It's going to go against Mikael at 91 and a half, and it's going to be a booking for Mikael. So Mikael getting a booking, and New England going to take their time on a throw-in. You know, I think New England's, from how they're lackadaisically going to the ball, they are completely fine here with leaving, with splitting the points. They are completely fine with a point. And I'm sorry, it's not a throw-in. I'm at your mercy. It was a free kick because Mikael, as I mentioned, got booked. Cross into the box. Dane St. Clair catches it. All right, Inter Miami about to get back on it. Once again, 92nd minute, 5 minutes of extra time. Officially under 3 minutes for Inter Miami to get a winner. This is Messi. Messi plays on Allende. Allende streaking, near side touchline, cutting into the box. Allende pass in, thwarted away by New England. Can Frey get on it? He does. Ian Frey settles it near side touchline. Now he'll get it back to midfield to Mikael. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network. Inter Miami trying to get a winner. 1-1 in the 92nd and a half minute. DePaul to Messi. Messi cutting into the box. Leo, pass, Falcone, can he get home? He can't, and Matty Turner grabs it. So Turner boots it away, looking for Fangundes, and oh my goodness, I think he's gonna get on the end of it. He does. Fangundes right outside of Inter Miami's box, on the far side touchline. Now he'll lay it up to Brooklyn Reigns. This is Yule. 93, welcome to the 93rd minute. 1-1, Inter Miami and New England. Can they get a winner? They got to get the ball back first. Gill, ball on a string, and that one is won, smartly read by Mikael. Mikael will play it to Rodrigo to Paul. Good pass. Rodrigo's got space. He got to go. Rodrigo crosses midfield. Here's near side touchline. Allende. Allende quickly finds Messi. Messi to Berterame. Got to get it into the box. Here's Messi. Into the box! Allende shot and right at Matt Turner. It was a header, and he got it right at Turner. Now New England on a counter. Oh my goodness, a ton of space. Is this going to be a winner? Brooklyn Reigns shot and a block by Dane St. Clair. Oh my goodness, St. Clair saving the game. 94-08. Suarez now in New England territory. Messi cutting in. Can we get an opportunity? Here's Suarez right outside of the box, near side touchline. Allende, cross in, and nobody home back stick. Oh my goodness, folks. End-to-end stuff. End-to-end stuff in the 94th and a half minute. 30 seconds left of extra time. DePaul crosses it in. Falcone goes to ground. Falcone and Birdie went to ground. I don't think it's going to be a penalty. They were looking for a penalty. And head referee Rubel Vasquez calls for a goal kick. Oh boy. 94-58, 94-59, and we have 95 on the dot, and it's a Matt Turner goal kick. I'm assuming once this is booted away, we'll get the full-time whistle. And there is the whistle. full time. Inter Miami and New England draw 1-1 here tonight. We'll be back with Postgame on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients in South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath. Proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
In an AI-driven world, power up your future with in-demand trade skills at Palm Beach State College. Attend a free hands-on electrical info session and discover careers in electrical and low-voltage technology. Explore real-world training employers need right now, from installing smart home systems to repairing modern electrical equipment. Be job-ready in a year or less. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Visit pbsc.edu and search info to learn more.
Hey, it's Tina. Okay, let's be real. When you need tires or a battery, you want someone you can actually trust, right? That's why I go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been keeping South Florida moving for over 50 years, and they're still family-owned. They've got all the big tire brands, plus batteries for pretty much everything. Their best price out-the-door guarantee means you know you're getting the best deal. So next time your car needs something, don't stress. Just go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. Trust me, they've got you covered.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. Only they know how to celebrate with strangers as if they were lifelong friends. To lose their voice for weeks after chanting for 90 minutes. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football, because to them, passion is meant to be shared. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
Ugh, water spots on the shower door again.
He sprayed, he scrubbed, he squeegeed.
What? Is that a word?
He's tried pretending not to see it.
Didn't work.
Now he wants answers.
I'm calling Culligan. They'll test my water for free and recommend a solution to fix hard water throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $909 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
If you love soccer, let Tri-Rail be your connection to Inter Miami CF games at Miami Freedom Park. Take the train to skip traffic and parking. Just an easy ride to the match. And the stadium is just steps away from Tri-Rail's Miami Airport Station. Plus, return service makes getting home simple after the final whistle. Weekend round-trip fares are just $5. Plan your ride at tri-rail.com, tri-rail.com.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Folks, Inter Miami drawing against New England tonight, 1-1 here at New Stadium. It is the third straight draw at New Stadium down here in Miami for our Herons. Now, we had 2 goals in the game. Carles Gill opened up the scoring for New England. Let's take a listen to New England opening up the scoring in the second half. Throw in. Throws it into the box to Turgeman. Opportunity, shot it at goal. Unbelievable. New England up 1-0. Carles Gill. That's off the throw-in. So Turgeman got it off the throw-in, and Carles Gill able to get on it in the box. 1-0 New England in the 55th minute. So they opened up the scoring there. Our Herons were clearly the better team in the first half. Bit of a different story in the second half until the 76th minute when Birdie scored his third goal in 4 games. Messi to DePaul. Rodrigo, nifty pass, Suarez shot, and a rebound goal! Herman Bertarame with a rebound goal! Nice shot, and a rebound by Bertarame! 1-1, Inter Miami has tied it up! Unbelievable, finally! So finally getting that goal and getting past Matty Turner, but Inter Miami unable to get a goal in the final 14 minutes and 5 minutes of extra time. There were plenty of opportunities for Inter Miami in those during the dying embers of the game. But how about Matty Turner, the keeper for New England? He is man of the match tonight. If you're into match ratings, he had a 9 out of 10. Matty Turner, unbelievable tonight, was on his head multiple times, saving shots by Lionel Messi, Rodrigo DePaul, and company. But Inter Miami drawing for the 3rd straight time here at New Stadium. Let's take our final time out of the postgame. We'll wrap things up next on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Picture this, a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients in South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath. Proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Kevin McHale, tax partner in Anshin's Real Estate Group.
Under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, recent changes to the Opportunity Zone program include a rolling capital gains deferral period, updated basis step-up and tax-free appreciation rules, new categories of qualifying funds, and revised criteria for the census tracts that qualify as Opportunity Zones. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help real estate professionals navigate through the new Qualified Opportunity Zone rules so their investments align with their goals of maximizing deferrals, minimizing capital gains, and ensuring compliance with the updated legislation. If you're launching a new fund or restructuring existing investments, let Anshin strategically guide you through these changes and deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 29 national championships, including the reigning champs in swimming and diving, lacrosse, and tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
For 40 years, Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath has stood up for clients and South Florida communities. If you've been injured, their experienced attorneys across South Florida are ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients. There's no cost for a case evaluation and no fee unless they win. Visit foryourrights.com. That's foryourrights.com. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath. Proud supporters of Inter Miami FC on ESPN South Florida. Main office in Palm Beach Gardens.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Final score 1-1 Inter Miami drawing here at New Stadium. It's our third straight draw at New Stadium since its opening, and New England able to get some points in a hostile environment. We had a sold-out crowd here at New Stadium tonight. The goal scorer is Herman Berterame on the Inter Miami side, and Luis Gil, the goal scorer for New England. The next time we will talk to you guys will be coming up next Saturday. It's a home game again here at New Stadium against Orlando. So it's going to be the Florida Derby here next Saturday. Looking forward to catching up with all of you then. Now, listen, thank you to everybody who listened on ESPN 106.3, listen on the ESPN South Florida app, on our YouTube stream at ESPN West Palm. All my chatters, Janet and Killiman, appreciate you guys and appreciate everyone who tuned in on Sirius XM and all across our Inter Miami radio network. Final score here from New Stadium, 1-1 as Inter Miami draws for the third straight time. We will look to get our first victory against our rival Orlando here at this stadium coming up next Saturday. I'll talk to you guys on Pink Smoke coming up next Wednesday. This has been your Inter Miami radio network.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping